Hello yoga friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica, and today we'll be doing a 30-minute yin yoga sequence focusing on our whole body. Unlike vinyasa or some of the other yoga practices that focus primarily on the muscles, yin yoga is a slower paced practice that focuses on stretching and lengthening our deep connective tissues. We won't be needing any props today, and we'll begin on our backs in reclined butterfly pose. So coming to our backs, bringing our soles of the feet together, knees wide. Getting into this gentle hip opener here. Maybe stretching the arms out by the sides, palms up to the sky. You can flutter your eyes closed or take a soft gaze, evening out the breath in and out through the nostrils. And we'll begin by setting an intention for our practice today. Anything that comes to mind is wonderful. If nothing comes to mind, you can always use this one. I give myself the care and attention I deserve. I give myself the care and attention I deserve. And whatever intention you chose for yourself, begin to inhale the beautiful energy from that intention in through the nose, deep into the belly. And open the mouth, sigh, exhale out anything extra you may have brought onto your mat today. Let's do that one more time together. Inhaling that intention deep into the belly. And open the mouth, sigh, exhale out anything extra. And coming back to that even breath, knowing you can return to your intention throughout your practice and perhaps throughout the rest of your day. We're going to remain here in this beautiful supine butterfly for a few more minutes. Allowing any thoughts that are coming to mind to float on by. Really just focusing throughout class on your even breath or your intention, and let your mind just clear. About 3 more rounds of breath here. And on your next inhale, gently straighten your legs and bring your arms overhead. You can take a nice good morning stretch here, stretching through the fingertips all the way down to the toes, before gently coming to a banana pose by bringing your legs towards the right side of your mat. And maybe grabbing your left wrist with your right hand, stretching through the left side body here for banana. About 2 more rounds of breath here. And on your next exhale, gently release the left leg and the left arm out to star pose. Taking 1 round of breath here before moving into banana pose on the opposite side, bringing that right foot to meet the left and maybe gently grabbing that right wrist with the left hand. Stretching through the right side body here. About 2 more rounds of breath here. And on your next exhale, gently release into that star pose one more time. Legs wide, arms overhead nice and wide. And next inhale, we're going to roll onto our right side here. Allowing our right hand to support our head, bringing the left palm maybe in front of our rib cage. We're going to stretch out that left leg in the front of our body, maybe keeping a slight bend in the knee. And we're going to catch that right foot with the left hand, coming into cat pulling its tail, stretching out the front of the right quad. About 3 more rounds of breath here. And on our next exhale, gently release that right foot down. And let's roll on to the left side. Using that left hand to support the head. And stretching that right leg out in front. Maybe keeping that slight bend in the knee. And let's catch our left foot with our right hand here. Coming into cat pulling its tail on the opposite side. About 3 more rounds of breath here. And on your next exhale, gently release that left foot down. And let's come to lay on our back one more time. Inhaling, hugging both knees into the chest. Let's grab behind the thighs, crossing the ankles. An option to simply just sit up and come to a tabletop position, or roll up the spine a few times. And coming through a seated position and finding tabletop. Making sure knees are directly under hips, wrists directly under shoulders. And next, exhale, gently walk the palms towards the front of the mat, melting the heart down to the mat, placing forehead or chin onto the mat for melting heart pose. This is also known sometimes as puppy pose. Really opening our shoulders and upper back here. We're going to take about 3 more rounds of breath here. And on our next inhale, very gently start walking those palms back towards your tabletop position, so that the wrists come to rest directly underneath the shoulders. As a transition into our next pose, we're going to take a few cat-cows by inhaling, looking up to the sky, dropping the belly for cow. Exhale, chin to chest, rounding the spine. Cat. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling to cow. Exhaling to cat. And inhaling to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale back to a neutral tabletop position. And let's sit back on our heels here. We're going to do a few wrist stretches. So bringing the palms on the mat, fingertips facing the knees, we're going to gently bend the elbows until we feel an opening through this part of the wrist, the front of the wrist. And you can gently release your palms. And we're going to place the back of the hands on the mat, being very gentle here. And find that same sensation on the backs of the wrists. Making sure we don't put too much pressure here. And that we're maintaining our even breath. And we can release our hands from the mat, maybe taking a few wrist circles here before finding our way onto our bums for caterpillar pose. Stretching both legs out in front of us, flexing both feet, sitting up nice and tall here. We're going to inhale those arms overhead and exhale, fold over for caterpillar. Maybe bringing the hands to rest on the shins or around the balls of the feet or heels. And relaxing the head, neck, and shoulders here, settling into this beautiful forward fold. Maybe getting a little bit deeper on your exhales or celebrating where you are. Knowing that if your mind begins to wander here, you can always return to your breath or your intention. And about 3 more rounds of breath here. And next, exhale, gently roll back up the spine. Sitting up nice and tall here. And let's find our way down to our backs. Bending the knees, bringing the soles of the feet on the ground here. Let's bring the arms out to a T. And next, exhale, lower those legs to the right for a supine twist. Making sure the left shoulder remains in contact with the mat. An option to gaze over those left fingertips here. about 3 more rounds of breath here. And on your next inhale, gently bring those knees back up to the sky. And exhale, the legs over to the left for supine twist on the opposite side, making sure that right shoulder remains in contact with the mat, an option to gaze over the right fingertips. Settling in here to this beautiful pose. And about 3 more rounds of breath. And on your next inhale, gently bring those knees back up to the sky. And let's inhale the knees into the chest, giving ourselves a nice hug. Before releasing down into our Shavasana, final resting pose. Maybe taking a traditional Shavasana by straightening the legs, bringing arms out to the side. Or maybe taking a constructive rest by keeping the knees bent, knocked in, feet about as wide as the mat here. Your choice. Adjusting any clothing or hair that might be distracting. Let's scan the body for any tension we can let go of. And settle in here to our final resting pose. I will let you know when it's time to come out of Shavasana, but for now, simply rest. to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. But if you'd like to close out class with me, gently begin to bring awareness back to your breath, introducing some movement by wiggling your fingers and toes, maybe rolling out the wrists and ankles, bringing knees into the chest or reaching your arms overhead for a nice good morning stretch. Finding any organic movement here before rolling onto one side into a fetal position, bending the knees, using your bottom arm as a pillow. Taking a few rounds of breath here. Before gently pressing your way into Sukhasana, easy pose. Maybe keeping your eyes closed here or in a soft gaze. Let's inhale our hands to heart center. I want to thank you for coming to practice with me today, and I look forward to seeing you soon on your mat again. We'll close our class with the sound of Om. Inhaling through the nose, deep into the belly. Om. And bringing our thumbs to third eye. May the light and love in me recognize and honor the light and love in you. Namaste.